Welcome back here at Boulder County Roller Derby's Beast Brawl Tournament. We are on Game 3 of Day 1. We will see Junction City Roller Derby Trainwrecks take on the Los Alamos Derby Dames. Shall we read some skater names? Shall we meet the teams? Today, skating for Junction City Roller Derby, Junction City will be skating in black. We've got 09 Ms. Hyde, number 104 Firecracker, number 1986 Cherry Von Sin, number 206 Rolex, number 22 Bangers and Gash, number 270 Rage and Red, number 3 Slayer Cake, number 300 Super Smash Brawler, number 310 Malibu Harpy, number 33 Wicked Weasley, number 4 Love Smacktually, number 401 Shorty Shock North Thaw and Nah. I don't know, man. Number 420 Stoner, number 43 Slam Bam, number 821 Pickle, number 87 Skittles, number 934 Stranger Danger. And Los Alamos Derby Dames skating in white. Number 1826, Fleur de Lethal. Number 1998, Not Sorry. Number 212, Lots of Balls. Number 239, Rissa Rampage. Number 38, Smoky Terror. Number 420, Puff Puff Past Ya. Number 4242, Up to No Good. Number 44, Valkyrie. Number 49, QED. Number 514, Icebreaker. Number 53, Tits Banshee. Number 57, Beat Salad. Number 626, Stitch. Number 65, Rainbow Rex. Number 724, Lieutenant Chaos. Number 77, Aria Snark. Number 999, Necromancer. We've got just under 20 seconds left till Derby, and I do see a little question from the chat earlier today. Did Los Alamos only bring 10 skaters? Unfortunately, yes. They have dealt with some injuries and some travel shenanigans. One of their coaches is currently on one of those cute little leg scooters with a boot, right? So we've got some classic roller derby things that have happened to Los Alamos, but they are here and they are ready to roll, looking strong. Your officials today are Prime Evil, Milf and Cookies, Parks and Rec, Battlin', Barking Spider, Malicious Compliance, Camilla Sunrise, Ginger Spice, Loud Llama, Gluteus Cactimus, Kiss Off, Moof, Billa Fights, Artichoker, Zookeeper, Whamdolph, Chameleon, Sonar, and Loud Llama. We do see Junction City's Pickle out as your lead jammer of record on this game. Big recycle back, though, on Pickle. We have seen, we have not seen a star pass. I believe Puff Puff Past Ya still has the star. Junction City did get through for 4 points there. Pickle looking to the bench, seeing if it's time to call it off, but not looking like we are getting any such signals from the bench. We have seen a star pass, it looks like. For Los Alamos. Nope, we didn't. Puff Puff Past Ya still has it. Junction City going to call it off right as Puff Puff Past Ya makes it out of the pack. Always demoralizing as a jammer to finally get out, to only hear those 4 whistles get called. We've got 12 points on the board for Junction City. Los Alamos held scoreless for that first jam of the game. Looks like up next we will see Stitch from Los Alamos and Ms. Hyde for Junction City. Los Alamos did play in the first game earlier against the Boulder County Bolters, so this is their second game of the day, and they are down to 9 skaters. Junction City getting a lead by sneaking through on that inside of turn 1. Stitch hoping to find some room on the outside, only to be met again by the Junction City wall. Ms. Hyde doing a quick toe stop run on that inside of the apex for 4 points. Stitch is officially out and able to score points. Both packs moving relatively quickly. We will see Miss Hyde call it off, unfortunately, before Stitch is able to come in to get any points. Los Alamos held scoreless again there. that day. But Junction City did put 8 more on the board. We've got Smoky Terror out for Los Alamos and number 934, Stranger Danger, out for Junction City. I really like that name, Stranger Danger. Such a good one. Both walls are at full strength here. Both jammers getting stuck on the pack, but we will see Los Alamos and Smoky Terror take first lead jam for Los Alamos this period. Stranger Danger is out and eligible to score points. Los Alamos blockers hoping to get some offense going to see if they could get through, and she does get through. And she will call it off. The hope was to call it off before Junction City was able to score any points. And I did see the Junction City jammer take a big hit to the outside, but they were still able to get 2 points. So Los Alamos, though, is on the board, people. On the board. 4-22 here with just over 26 minutes left in this half. I don't know how these people play so many games in one day. It is perhaps because of one of our fabulous tournament sponsors, Eldorado Natural Spring Water. Their mission is to create a better life for their customers by providing high-quality natural spring water, fostering community engagement, and promoting sustainability. Hydrate or dihydrate. Another lead jam for Los Alamos. This time it is up to no good. We do see the Junction City jammer Slam Bam is through. Big hit to the pack for up to no good. She is going to get 4 points and do a quick call off. Los Alamos, if they get lead, is definitely going to, at least for right now, until the score gets a little closer together, they're going to be looking for low scoring jams. Let's get 4 points and let's call it off. We've got number 4, Love Smacksually. These are great names. Love Smacksually, Stranger Danger. Junction City came to play with these names. Okay, but we can't deny Puff Puff Past Ya is also a really solid name. So we've got Puff Puff Past Ya and Love Smacksually on the line as your jammers, both still fighting. These packs just really getting all over each other. Big fall for Love Smacksually. Puff Puff Past Ya is your lead jammer of record, but Love Smacksually is coming. The bench really yelling to please run, get 4 points, and call it. Junction City is through for 4. The goal was for Los Alamos to get 4 points and call it off and hold Junction City scoreless, but unfortunately, I don't believe that happened. We are seeing a team timeout here called for Black. Another great time to mention one of my favorite sponsors, our live stream sponsor, Peitzer Productions. At Peitzer Productions, they specialize in dynamic, high-quality live video productions like the one you're watching right meow. Multi-camera setups, live graphics, and flawless live streaming. They turn your event into a broadcast-ready experience, whether it's a corporate conference, concert, or live streaming a derby event. Let them handle the tech. You focus on the moment. And let me tell you, I am focused on the moment. That is all I'm focused on. All right, we've got a score of 8-26 going into Jam 6. I know that you're watching out there on the internet, but we have a lot of fabulous vendors in-house here today. We've got a fabulous tattoo artist. Red Letter Tattoo, Shannon Horman Vagot. We've got Solana Studios, a vendor and tournament sponsor here. We've got Ghost Crochet. We've got Face Painting by Sadie B. And we have Skate Rats. Skate Rats, our beautiful, beautiful sponsor, Skate Rats, keeping us all so safe. They, in fact, even fixed my skate this morning. I was missing a bolt on one of my skates, and I was nervous, but they fixed it. And so now I can skate tonight and not be scared. We've got Stitch on the line with Pickle. Pickle is going to be your lead jammer of record for Junction City. We are going to see a break in the action of Los Alamos getting lead here. Stitch really trying to stay in that outside line. We have an attempted apex jump. We have an attempted apex jump from the Junction City jammer, but she did get hit out. Unfortunately, the Los Alamos pivot is going to go to the box. I believe for a back block. So fun fact about roller derby, you cannot hit anybody in the back. We try to keep safety as our top priority, and the spine is not what we call a legal engagement zone. So if you do hit somebody directly in the back, you will go to the box. We have one blocker from each team in the box. So both teams are starting down one blocker. But at least we're at an equal number. We've got Smoky Terror and Ms. Hyde out as your jammers. Ms. Hyde will be your lead jammer of record, but Smoky Terror not too far behind. Ms. Hyde through for a quick 4, no problem. Just rolling right through those blockers. 4 points on the board for Junction City, leaving them with 34 points. Los Alamos held scoreless at 8 points. Up next, it looks like we've got Up to No Good and Stranger Danger. Both of those blockers are still in that box, but they are standing, which means they have less than 10 seconds left on their penalty. Stranger Danger finding just the easiest little boop on the inside line, hopping those toe stops. Up to No Good, though, is out, not too far behind. We are seeing the call from the Junction City bench to go ahead and call it off. I'm surprised they wouldn't want to get a few more points out of that. Only 2 points on that jam for for Junction City. For Junction City. All right, we are back in action. We've got Puff Puff Pastia as your jammer for Los Alamos and Slam Bam for Junction City. Both walls just really locked down on those jammers. We love to see it. It is so demoralizing as a jammer to be pushing on so many bodies and just being like, no, but I'm one person. What am I supposed to do? Rissa Rampage really trying to find some help on that front of the pack, but the Junction City jammer is through for your lead jammer of record, Slam Bam. Puff Puff Pastia still really pushing at the back of the pack. Not even really looking for a pass from the pivot, because the pivot is very much being occupied in the back of the pack by Puff Puff Pastia. These jammers are pushing so hard right now. Nice hit out on Slam Bam to recycle them back. And I do apologize to anybody on the stream. I do not have pronouns for any of these players, so please throw it in the chat if I'm getting it wrong. I would super appreciate it. This is just one of those jams where you feel so bad for the jammers. Puff Puff Pastia getting recycled again. The Los Alamos coach asking for the pivot to get out and get ready for the star pass. Star pass is complete. We will see Arya Snark take that star. Will Junction City keep running it, or will they try to get their 4 points and call it? We do see Junction City call it off before Arya Snark has the chance to enter the pack. Los Alamos held scoreless again. 8 points on the board for Junction City. Junction City just making small incremental chunks in the point spread. We do see a team timeout being called. The perfect time for me to talk about some of our sponsors. I know I mentioned Skate Rats very briefly before the last jam, but I would like to talk a little bit more about Skate Rats. They cater to roller derby and all kinds of roller skating and skateboarding. They operate out of the heart of downtown Loveland, Colorado. They ship roller derby and skateboard equipment worldwide. They are an incredible local skate shop who is also one of our sponsors and tournament vendors. Again, they have been so great. They've been fixing things left and right over here. I'm learning so much about my skates just by talking to them. We have just under 20 minutes left in this period. For those of you who don't know, roller derby games are made up of two 30-minute halves, two 30-minute periods with a 15-minute intermission in between. So we are just about a third of the way through this first period. Perfect time to talk about more of our sponsors. Do it not all by yourself. Website development on a budget that doesn't suck. Do It Not All By Yourself was wonderful enough to donate their time to update our website, and I bet they would love to work on your website as well. It's hard to build stuff like that. And we don't need to do it all by ourselves. We have community for that, right? All right. We've got Stitch on the line for Los Alamos and Love Smackshly for Junction City. Love Smackshly making quick work of getting lead jammer. Stitch still really trying to push through at the back of the pack, receiving some O from Not Sorry, but it was not enough. Love Smackshly has snuck through for 4 points. Stitch getting recycled back. Every time I look away from the track, I hear, oh, and that means that somebody probably tried to do a jumpy thing, and they missed. Love Smackshly getting recycled back, but still pushing, finding a hole. Said, excuse me, teammates, please get out of my way. I'd like to get some points. Half of the battle in Derby is trying to get your own teammates out of your way as you're playing. The number of times that I just get totally wrecked by my own jammer is too many to count. Yes, the Los Alamos pivot is going to the box. Bummer. Los Alamos will start with slightly less blockers on the track. So they will have 3 blockers on the track, while Junction City has 4. Each time we start a jam, we hope to have 5 people from each team on the track. 2 jammers, 1 from each team, and 4 blockers from each team. This is what we would call a pack disadvantage for Los Alamos. Both jammers trying to find the same hole. Junction City jammer Pickle getting stuck on her own blockers, and so we do see Smoky Terror as your lead jammer looking to the bench to say, hey, we're right on top of each other as jammers. Are we going to call this, or do you want to keep running this? And the call from the bench is to keep running it. Both jammers are through, and we will see Smoky Terror call it off right after getting 4 points. So both teams scored 4 points on that jam. Exciting stuff. I had somebody tell me one time after a jam, why did we even bother when we each got the same amount of points? Some of the strategy of roller derby is that you want to stop the other team from getting points. If you get lead, could you get points without the other team getting points? All right, we are back up to no good for Los Alamos and Ms. Hyde for Junction City. Up to no good is your lead jammer of record. We do see the Junction City team, the Junction City pivot running to try to play some last-minute defense at the top of the pack. Oh, no. The Los Alamos pivot is back in the box, and unfortunately, the jammer has also just called it off, icing their own pivot in the box. That is always a bummer. Always a bummer, let me tell you. 3 points on the board for Los Alamos, holding Junction City scoreless on that one. We love to see it. We may have iced the pivot in the box, but they wouldn't score no points. Sometimes we pick our battles. All right. Looks like we've got Stranger Danger and Smoky Terror out as your jammers of record. And Stranger Danger said, excuse me, get out of my way, strangers. You might be dangerous. And she is your lead jammer of record. Smoky Terror still pushing through with some beautiful hip flips, but there were no blockers to stop Stranger Danger from grabbing those 4 points easily on that inside line. We will see Stranger Danger call that jam off before even trying to get 4 more points. Another one of our fabulous sponsors here, Bootstrap Brewing, is a kick-ass, independent, family-owned craft brewery in Longmont, Colorado, where you'll find them making highly drinkable, award-winning, delicious craft beers. I know you're all at home, but we have them here if you'd like to try them. Or you could go yourself to Longmont. Okay, Slam Bam said, Slam Bam, thank you, ma'am. I am through on that outside line with very little effort put out. Puff Puff Pass just still pushing at the back of the pack, trying to receive some offense. The other three Los Alamos blockers really holding Slam Bam in the back of the pack, which we love to see. Number 4-4 playing some great O for Puff Puff Pastia, holding two blockers back. But sometimes I think just making pack. And we do have an out-of-play rear call called. We've got a little confusion on the track for the Los Alamos blockers. It looks like we got an out-of-play rear called, which means that so we have what's called pack definition here in roller derby. So the pack is the largest number of players from both teams in a group. So sometimes you will hear no pack called, and that means that also these packs have to be within the engagement zone, which is within 20 feet of one another. So we have to be really careful of where we are on the track, what we're doing on the track. Are we hitting people while we are in or out of the engagement zone? So that was what happened there. We got a no pack called, and the people in the back did not immediately start moving forward. So we do see one blocker from Los Alamos in the box on a blocking out of play call, and the pivot is back in the box as well for a directional call. So we do see a pretty solid pack disadvantage for Los Alamos, headed into Jam 15 with two blockers in the box and Junction City at full strength. The score with just 14 minutes left in this period is 15-68. It's not an impossible point differential to come back from, especially with just under 15 minutes left in this period, but it is definitely going to be a battle. Los Alamos having a party on the track, trying to figure out how in the world to hold that jammer with just two of them on the track. You know, at least they're having a great time. That's what we love to see. If you're going to have a difficult game, at least party while you're doing it. The Junction City Jammer is going to call it off after getting those points. So even though there were only two blockers on the track, you will see Junction City get all 4 points. And why is that, Kat? Well, I'm so glad you asked, other Kat. They will get 4 points because they will get the points of the opposing team members that are in the box. So even though the jammer didn't pass their specific hips, they still get those points because they are they're in the box. So they're free points, basically. We've got Stitch and Pickle as your jammers in this game. Both Los Alamos blockers released from the box basically simultaneously. Stitch still fighting at the top of the pack against the last two Junction City blockers. Stitch did just block in the last jam and is now jamming. So if that tells you what kind of day they're having, there you go. Beautiful juking footwork from Junction City to sneak through for another 4, holding Los Alamos scoreless again on that jam. 8 points on the board for Junction City, leaving the score 15-80 with just 12 and a half minutes left in this period. I would love to tell you about another one of our sponsors, Hoplark. They are delicious. Non-alcoholic craft brews, teas, and waters, hopped and crafted just like beer. All of the hoppy flavor without the calories, sugar, or alcohol. It's available here at our bar. Highly recommend. I drank one of those at work one time, and it just smells like beer, so I don't necessarily recommend that. All right, Los Alamos is breaking the Junction City lead jammer streak But Junction City is through. They are not lead, even though we just tried to call it like that by the ref. We said, never mind, I changed my mind. 4 points on the board for Los Alamos and gonna call it off. Did Junction City receive any points? 2, 3 points for Junction City. 3 points. 4 points for Los Alamos, 3 points for Junction City in Jam 17. Hi. Hi. I have a tiny fan saying hello from below. Tiny fans are the best fans, let me tell you. We've got Stitch again on the line as your jammer and Stranger Danger from Junction City. Stranger Danger will find some light on the inside line and is your lead jammer of record. Stitch still pushing and gonna get through at the top of the pack. Some great played by Junction City's pivot on that one to get as easy 4 points for Junction City. We almost had Stitch squeak a point or two out of that, but Junction City called it off just in time. Another one of our fabulous tournament sponsors, Niwot Market. Niwot Market is a family-owned and operated grocery store in Niwot, Colorado, established in 22 and run by the Steele family. One of the few locally owned markets in the area offering a neighborhood feel. They strive to always provide the best produce and meats for you and your family. Who doesn't love the best produce and meats? All right, Junction City and Slam Bam is your lead jammer of record. Smoky Terror still really pushing hard at the front of the pack. Junction City able to play some O on that inside line to sneak Slam Bam through, and then Smoky Terror found the same light and said, I'll take that. Here I come. Los Alamos still smiling. Junction City gonna make it through on that inside line again for a quick 4 points. It is the dream as a jammer to just sneak on through and not have anybody touch you. Oh my God, they don't take your energy, they don't take your inertia, and you just, boom, you just sneak on through. If you think this is exciting, we've got one more game left today at 6 p.m., our home team championship game, the St. Vrain Valley Swamp Monsters versus the High Peak Howlers. It is sure to be a battle for the ages. I myself am playing in it, and I think you should all cheer for the Swamp Monsters to win. But I'm not biased. Not biased at all. We are seeing a team timeout for Los Alamos. It is always a great idea to call a timeout, even if you don't need one to talk about anything strategy-wise, especially when you have low numbers on the roster, to be able to call a timeout and just take a deep breath with your team, have a 30-second rest, and just sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes you might call a timeout because you would like to stop the momentum of the opposing team. That's another great reason to call a timeout. Really, the possibilities are endless. Each team gets, at least I think the 2 timeouts and an official review per period. So, if you don't use them, you sure do lose them. All right, that rolling whistle starts the jam. All right, we are back with Up to No Good and Love Smackshly finding some light on the outside line. Up to No Good, just getting some aggressive butt blocking from number 300 on Junction City. Love Smackshly through for an easy 4 points. Recycled, Up to No Good, recycled by number 1986 on Junction City. Love Smackshly getting stopped on the inside of turn 2 and getting hit out and recycled back. And she said, no, I'm going to just call this off. I am just going to go ahead and call this off. I don't want to play no more. We have just over 8 minutes left in this period, and Junction City is about to break the century mark. They did break the century mark. Wahoo! 7 points on the board for Junction City in that last game. So we are at 19 Los Alamos to 102 Junction City. Smoky Terror and Pickle on the line as your jammers. Both jammers sort of taking a breath there at the beginning of the jam. Not really hitting hard straight out of the gate. An interesting move by both jammers. Oh, we had a little jammer on jammer action. Pickle said, I'm going to try and hit Smoky Terror. And Smoky Terror said, no, you ain't. You ain't going to hit me. I'm going to stay right up. And so so Pickle said, I'm going to just call it off. I don't want to play that game anymore. We do love a little jammer on jammer action. It is always surprising and exciting. All right, we've got Stitch and Ms. Hyde on the line for jammers. Both walls so strong. Junction City really just low and slow. They are so calm while they're playing. Los Alamos definitely looking slightly more chaotic, but I don't blame them based off the number of teammates that they are playing with and the fact that this is their second game of the day. They are crushing it. Dude, Junction City plays just the most stunning offense on the inside apex, but that pivot is going to go to the box for that stunning. So we will see the Junction City pivot in the box for a directional. So you may only hit people in a moving in a counterclockwise direction. You may never hit them in a clockwise direction. So that is what the pivot received the penalty for. Stranger Danger sneaking through on that outside line. And Smoky Terror right behind her. These lovely jammers on Los Alamos are basically going every other jam, and they're doing some back-to-back jams. But it looks like everybody is having a really good time. I see smiles, I see laughter, I see high fives between teams, and that's really what this is about, right? This is a recreational sport. We play it to have fun. Yes, we are competitive. Yes, we hit each other really hard. But ultimately, then we high five, we hug it out, and we all know that we are here for the same reason. On the line is going to be Up to No Good for Los Alamos and Slam Bam for Junction City. Both jammers still pushing. Up to No Good is just such a chill jammer too. Oh, that's an interesting, okay. So Slam Bam did make it through as your lead jammer. I was not sure if she was going to receive a cut track penalty on that last one. Stitch has received the star pass. An attempted apex jump from Slam Bam, but she was denied, and so she's going to call it off before Stitch can come back and get any of those points. So looks like it's going to be no points. Everyone held scoreless, but we are going to see an official review. So an official review, each team gets one per period. So a coach or captain can call an official review. It is usually called when we don't agree with the call that the ref made and it impacted gameplay in some way. So I'm not quite sure what this official review will be because there's no one in the box. So sometimes what that means is that they are hoping to get a penalty called on a player that was just not called during that game. Maybe you would like an opposing blocker to get a high block penalty so on your jammer. Maybe you would like the opposing jammer to get a cut track penalty so that you could start the next jam in a power jam. There are so many reasons that we call an official review, but essentially you go in and you say, hi, I saw this. I don't think that's what it should be. I would like it to be this penalty instead. The opposing team has the opportunity to ask any questions, give additional information potentially, and then all of the refs, they go off and they have a little powwow. They talk amongst themselves and they decide what is the call going to be. Will the call stand? Will we see a new call? If you win your official review, right, if the refs say, okay, yeah, we agree with you, that call was wrong, you retain your official review, which means you could call an additional official review in the same period. And that is exciting. It is always a coach's goal to win an official review. It doesn't happen too often, but it is always the goal. I'll see if I can figure out what it was. Apparently there's officially nothing to review. Sometimes one might also call an official review to take a little break. I, in fact, called an official review for that exact reason in the last game. I said, we need a break. Let's have an official review. Thank you, officials. You need many, many, many officials to run a game, both skating and non-skating officials. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 officials. And I can count to 18. That's the most impressive part. Ben from Peitzer Productions is so proud of me. Okay, Los Alamos, you are through for lead. Smoky Terror. Love Smackshly just finding some light as well. Can we get some points on the board for Los Alamos? We see great communication happening. Big hit and a big bump. Everybody's being very kind to one another to make sure they're okay. Smoky Terror threw for 4 points and hoping to score some more. The Los Alamos wall is really holding Love Smackshly. I don't think she's gotten through on initial. Now she is. Smoky threw for 4 more. This is a great jam for Los Alamos. 4 on the board for Junction City. And we will see Smoky Terror sneak through. Will she get 4 more? She's definitely got at least a couple. I'm watching that scoreboard. Let's go. Maybe not. Maybe not. All right. 27 to 112. 8 points on the board for Los Alamos in that last jam. That was a big one for Los Alamos. All right. We've got Stitch and Pickle on the board for Jam 26. Pickle is going to find a really nice lane to sneak through and is your lead jammer of record. Stitch getting called on a cut track penalty, and so we will see a power jam for Junction City. This is not what Los Alamos needed right now, but I bet Junction City is stoked. Just stoked. So we see Pickle through for 4 points. With 30 seconds to go, will they get some more? We see Pickle give the signal to her teammates. She attempts an apex jump, but is denied by Aria Snark. Pickle tries that same inside apex and finds the light again. Gonna get 8 points on the board for Junction City and keep Stitch in the box still. But Stitch is standing, so must have less than 10 seconds remaining. We will see Junction City start with a power jam, but Los Alamos is at full strength for their wall outside of the jammer. So Junction City will be playing all offense and then very quickly switching to defense once Stitch is back on the track. Junction City made quick work of that, but will send a blocker to the box. Stitch back on the track. Finding some light, but only to get caught up again by 2 more blockers. A quick hit to the outside as Ms. Hyde tries to come through for points. Ms. Hyde not finding the light until she does. Through for 4 and gonna call it off before Stitch can get any. No points on the board for Los Alamos. 4 more points up there for Ms. Hyde. Ms. Hyde did freeze one of her blockers in the box, so Los Alamos will start with a slight pack disadvantage. We will see one more jam in this period. And that's the start of Jam 28. Smoky Terror and Stranger Danger are your jammers. Stranger Danger is your lead jammer of record, but Smoky Terror just really pushing it and really having some beautiful hip flips. We will see a large recycle on Smoky Terror and another big recycle on Stranger Danger. We love to see that. Los Alamos bench just exploding with joy when we see that recycle from the blockers. Sometimes it is not about winning, it is about the individual success of your teammates, man. All right, we are at intermission. The score is 30-127, Junction City. We will be back in 15 minutes. Hopefully y'all can go get some snacks at home, get a quick drink of water because hydration is important, and we will see you back here shortly. Boulder County Roller Derby's Day 1, Game 3 of Beast Brawl. We are about to have another 30 minutes of exciting derby. We do see Stitch and Pickle on the line as your jammers. Pickle looking to find some light at the very top of the pack, and she does. She is your lead jammer of record. Los Alamos does have their pivot in the box. Stitch still pushing. A beautiful bean dip from Pickle, which is going to get her 4 points, sneaking through on the outside. A bean dip, for anybody who might be curious, is what we call it when a jammer comes around the outside and dips really low, like bends their knees and almost squats to come under the butts of the blockers. Pickle came through with an apex jump for another 4 points. And another bean dip from Pickle. She is just pulling out all the fancy moves here for a 12-point jam so far. Stitch is out and looking to score some points. Mostly looking to stay on her feet, I think. We will see Pickle sneak through for another 4 points. That'll be a 16-point jam for Junction City. Up next after this game is the home team championships for Boulder County Roller Derby. The St. Vrain Valley Swamp Monsters versus the High Peak Howlers at 6 p.m. Sure to be quite the throwdown. On the line, we will see Smoky Terror and Ms. Hyde. Ms. Hyde doing a cute little toe stop run up to the pack, but getting hit to the outside. Smoky Terror finding some light, really trying to push. Smoky does a beautiful job of holding the line with her outside foot while she's being pushed from the inside. It's really hard and it's really beautiful. Also, I was told that the homies from Utah were trying to say hi, so please come back to the chat. Send us some love, Utah, for Junction City. That was a 4-point jam for Junction City. Los Alamos held scoreless again in Jam 2. The score is 30-147. Junction City. We are back with Up to No Good and Stranger Danger. Up to No Good making quick work of getting lead. And Stranger Danger, though, not too far behind. Los Alamos will be hoping to get 4 points and then call it off, but Up to No Good says, no, not worth the risk. I'm going to call it off before Stranger Danger can get any points. Again, sometimes the strategy is not about getting points for yourself, but really holding the other team off from getting any points. A perfect time to discuss one of our other fabulous sponsors, Spirit Hound Distillery. Spirit Hound embodies the passion for the new and the bold. Spirit Hound, inspired by the insatiable curiosity and boundless optimism of dogs. They seek the best experiences life has to offer, and they do so via their fabulous distilled spirits. They are delicious. Another lead jammer status for Smoky Terror and Los Alamos. They're getting some momentum going. But we will see Slam Bam sneak out on the outside right behind. Los Alamos hoping to get a few points and call it off. Will she get any for Los Alamos? I see two little fingers up in the air. We love to see it. Yes, Zack Attack. We could not agree more. Number 3, Wicked Weasley from Junction City. All right, we've got Stitch and Love Smackshly Stitch. This is 3 lead jam status in a row for Los Alamos. They came back from that intermission and they say, let's fight, Junction City, let's fight. Big hit out to the inside on Stitch and an outside hit on the Junction City jammer. That will be called off by Stitch and the bench goes wild. We love an enthusiastic bench. Can I just tell you, anytime I look to the bench and my team is going bonkers, just makes me feel like such a cool kid. I'm just such a cool kid when I'm on the track and my team is cheering for me. We've got Puff Puff Pastia and Pickle on the line as your jammers. Pickle just does a really great job of hitting those 45-degree angles to try to juke the opposing blockers into thinking she's going to go one way, and then boom, she goes the other. We love to see it. Quick 4 points for Pickle, and she will call it off. We do see a timeout being called by Black. Junction City calling a timeout using one of their timeouts this period. I would wager, if I was a betting human, which I'm not, but I will today. Today I will bet that Junction City is trying to stop the momentum that Los Alamos has right now and their 3 lead jams in a row. That is my guess, that they want to just slow everything down, take a minute, and make Los Alamos stop getting lead. It's a good reason to take a timeout. It's another good reason to tell you about SAP's Nature Sports Drink. They are another one of our fabulous tournament sponsors. They are inspired by the idea of returning the electrolyte drink to its root. No element, no liquid IV, none of that. We want SAPS. SAPS is filled with 1,900 milligrams of electrolytes, no added sugar, and 20 different functional ingredients, including 3 key adaptogens to support cognition and inflammation. SAPS is the healthy electrolyte drink of the future with a perfect dose of the past. Looks like Ms. Hyde jamming for Junction City and Up to No Good jamming for Los Alamos. Up to No Good just really going back and forth between blocking and jamming. This team is small but mighty, and they do it all. Up to No Good is your lead jammer of record, finding some beautiful light on the outside line. Ms. Hyde finding the same light but on the inside line. Los Alamos trying to get some points for their jammer, and she's going to call it off. I don't think she got all 4, but she got the majority of those. Up to No Good getting some points on the board. 2 points on the board for Los Alamos. Junction City held scoreless on that one. Roller Derby is an entirely volunteer-run organization. Everyone you see here is a volunteer. The skaters, the officials, the coaches, me announcing, the medics in the corner who we literally may not play without, the people working concession, the vendors who are here with us. This is such a group effort, and we could not do it without each and every one of you, including the fabulous fans on the chats. Whether you are from New Mexico, Utah, Denver, Longmont, wherever you are, thank you so much for being here. Stranger Danger is your lead jammer of record for Junction City here in Jam 8 of Period 2. Puff Pastia is out behind her. Stranger Danger hoping to get a few points out of the deal. There's one, and she's going to call it after getting just 1 point. 2 points. See, this is why I don't ref. I don't ref, because I apparently can't count. 6 points on the board for Junction City on that jam. Held scoreless here, Los Alamos once again. My fabulous coach, Clickbait, just came over and asked me if I found my water bottle that I lost approximately 7 hours ago. Good news, everyone. I am hydrating. I have a water bottle. Slam Bam is through as your lead jammer of record. And Up to No Good sneaks out after taking the star off for a little distraction. Slam Bam through for 4 points, looking to the bench for some guidance. And being told to call it off. We've got just over 21 minutes left in this period. The score 36 to 161. I do believe I saw something recently that was talking about how there's like a max point spread that you can come back from at any given time. I believe we are past the max point spread that Los Alamos could come back and win, but they could make some serious damage on the point spread with these last 20 minutes left in the game. Smoky Terror still not through, but Love Smackshly is through for 4 points. Smoky Terror pushing through, finally free at the top of the pack, and we will see Love Smackshly sneak through for another 4 points. 8 points total on the board for Junction City in that jam. 36 to 169. Have I mentioned? What haven't I mentioned? I love mentioning things. Do you live near Longmont, Colorado? Are you someone who is medically trained and wants to be part of the fast-paced world of roller derby? We are always looking for volunteer medics to help keep our skaters safe during our upcoming bouts. Whether you're an EMT, nurse, doctor, or have first aid, CPR, and emergency medical training and or certification, we would love to have you trackside. If you're interested or want more details, please feel free to check out our website, shoot us an email. We would love to have you. We must have 2 medics per game with their eyes firmly on the board. Not the board. The board would be silly. Firmly on the track. They must have their eyes firmly on the track, making sure that our skaters stay as safe as possible in this full contact world of roller derby. We are in a And we are back with the Los Alamos coach doing his own apex jump over a skater there. All right, we've got Pickle and Up to No Good as your jammers. Up to No Good is just such a patient jammer. She's so patient. She just kind of chills out and then she sneaks through on a line. I'm so impressed by her. And she says, I don't really want to argue about it. I'm just going to call it. Again, holding both teams scoreless. So Los Alamos here, if they get lead, they are going to be staunchly trying to get a few points. Yes, that is a goal, but their biggest goal is to not allow Junction City to get any additional points, if possible. That would be my goal, at least. All right, we've got Smoky Terror and Ms. Hyde on the jam line. Both really strong, pushy jammers. Junction City holding Smoky Terror, but Smoky Terror getting some momentum going. She doesn't need much, just a little. A quick hit to the inside line. Ms. Hyde is going to be your lead jammer of record. Los Alamos now has to get their jammer out. We do see 7-7 from Los Alamos trying to play some offense to get Smoky Terror out, and it is successful. Ms. Hyde coming in for an apex jump where she lands and runs directly into her own blocker, but you know, like I said, sometimes it be like that. Sometimes it be like that. All right, 4 points on the board for Junction City in that last jam. Los Alamos held scoreless. This is quite a game. I am so proud of Los Alamos and what they're putting out on the track. Junction City came to play. Both teams playing again tomorrow. We have 4 more games. We will have Junction City, Los Alamos, Denver Layovers, and the Boulder County Bolters all playing tomorrow. Up to No Good Once again, getting lead jammer only to call it off before anybody can score points. We are really trying to ensure that we keep the point spread as small as possible here, both teams. Well, really, Los Alamos is trying to close the point spread, and Junction City is trying to increase the point spread. We have opposing goals. Both are valid. And exciting, honestly. We've got Slam Bam and Stitch. Stitch finding some light on that inside line. Slam Bam not far behind, but taking the outside line. Stitch looking to the bench for some information. Looking for some points and hoping to call it off. I don't think Stitch got any points on that one, but the effort was sure made. They did, however, hold Junction City scoreless, and that is what we like to see in this scenario. 16 and a half-ish minutes left in this period. This is just, 1 point. Stitch got 1 point. That's so exciting. Oh, I'm so happy. We love that. 1 point wonder. We'll take it. All right. Smoky Terror and Love Smacktually. Dude, the Junction City team has just some killer names. Love Smacktually, Stranger Danger. I'm here for it. Smoky Terror is your lead jammer. We do see the Los Alamos blockers start running, hoping to help get some points. You do see Smoky Terror try to throw her hips around that one blocker in hopes of getting at least 1 point. Unfortunately, though, the hip flip did take her out of bounds. And so when you go out of bounds, you don't get points. Unfortunately, that's just how the world works. If you happen to be local and just wanting to watch the games at home in the quiet comfort of your couch, I totally get it. But you know what you should do? You should come after party with us. We will be at Long's Peak Pub this evening in Longmont, all ages. It is a cash-only restaurant, but I have it on good intel that they have a very cheap ATM in the building. Stitch and Pickle on the line. We do see Pickle as your lead jammer. Stitch hoping to pass it. Hoping to find some light, but Stitch says, never mind, I'll hold on to it. I'll hold on to that star, and I will go. Pickle gonna call it off before Los Alamos can get back and score any points. Junction City will see 4 points on the board for that jam. The score as it stands right now, 37 to 177. There is an official review being called. I have so many questions about what it might be about. Another one of our incredible sponsors, again, an entirely volunteer-run organization. We can't do anything without being able to have some sponsors. And the one I would like to tell you about right now is 300 Suns. They have a wide selection of drinkable craft beers in a comfortable Longmont brewery that inspires good conversation with good friends. Stop by, and pair your beer or cider, wine, or local canned cocktail with scratch-made food inside 300 Suns. Good news, pets are welcome on the deck. Not an official review, an official timeout. No, they are reviewing. I have so many questions. The hardest part of executing an official review is that you have to have like the name and the number at least of the skater who things happen to. You end up having to really pay attention to things. And when I'm playing on the track, I find I don't often pay very close attention. We had a little confusion there if that was an official review or an official timeout. Looks like it was an official timeout because we are back. Smoky Terror and Ms. Hyde on the line as your jammers. Ms. Hyde doing a beautiful hip flip to get out. Smoky Terror going to find the same move, actually, to get her out as well. Ms. Hyde calling points. She wants her team. We attempted the apex jump. We will not see any points for that for Junction City because you must land upright and inbounds, of which she did neither. 1 foot was out of bounds, and she had her knees on the floor. So, no dice. No dice on that one. 14 minutes left in this jam. Jam? That would be a very long jam. 14 minutes left in this half. Stitch on the line with Stranger Danger. Stitch coming up one-on-one with the Junction City pivot, but that pivot is causing a lot of problems. We will see a power jam for Los Alamos. This is exactly what they need right now. Stranger Danger was sent to the box. I'm not sure on what call, but this is just the moment Los Alamos was hoping for. Stitch gonna find some room on that inside apex for 4 points. We love to see it. Junction City is cheering on Stitch like there's no tomorrow. We love when the teams are able to cheer for each other, right? We all come here to do the same such fun sports, and we want to make sure, that wasn't English at all, but we want to make sure that we're all able to support each other while doing it. Will we see points on the board for Junction City on that one? I'm not sure if she was on her initial or if she yep. 3 points on the board for Junction City, 10 for Los Alamos. That was a big jam for Los Alamos. We love to see it. It is the best when you are able to come out of the box as a jammer or as a blocker even, but you are able to come out of the box at speed and make some serious impact when you get to the wall. That is a great example that we just saw from Stranger Danger. Slam Bam and Up to No Good on the line as your jammers. Up to No Good found some light, but the Junction City jammers reformed at the front of the pack. Both jammers still pushing. Slam Bam almost getting through, but continues to get found by the blockers. Slam Bam will be your lead jammer of record. Up to No Good was so close. She was so close, but a big recycle by a Junction City blocker whose number I cannot see, unfortunately. Up to No Good was gonna try to block for a minute there, but then saw some light as a jammer and managed to get through. 4 points. Oh no, that was the initial. Alas and alack. We will see Up to No Good call that off. 3 points on the board for Junction City on that one. That was probably one of our longer jams of this game. They've been pretty fast ones. A jam can be max 2 minutes long, and 2 minutes is a very long time. Long time when you are pushing at a 10 out of 10 energy capacity. Smoky Terror on the line with Love Smacktually. Love Smacktually taking as many steps as possible and will get out as lead. Smoky Terror, one blocker to beat and then turns around to find another blocker, but she will persevere, she will make it through. Love Smacktually finding some light on the outside line for 4 points. 47 to 187 with 10.5 minutes left in this game. It's time for me to start multitasking and stretching while I announce. We've got Pickle and Stitch on the line as your jammers. Pickle, just a really fast, jukey jammer and really needs very little room to get through. Stitch pushing, looking to find some light. Trying the outside, trying the inside. Gonna let the blockers just honestly guide her through at this point. Pickle found some room on that inside of turn 1 and is your lead jammer of record. Stitch pushing at the top of the pack. Pushed out at turn 2. Los Alamos really looking at their jammer in that moment and missed Pickle coming in for an apex jump on turn 2 for 4 more points. We do see a star pass from Stitch. to Tits Banshee. Coming through with the moves, but Pickle is not going to let them get any points. Junction City just 5 minutes away from 5 points away from 200 points. Gobbledygook, that's what we have coming out of here today. Gobbledygook. Nine minutes left. Ms. Hyde on the jam line. We do see an official review being called by Los Alamos. I'm curious as to what we might be calling the official review on. I'm always curious, aren't I? I remain curious. Now, while we may not have any remaining home games here for Boulder County Roller Derby this season, we will have our 2026 dates coming out soon. We will have season passes available again, and let me tell you, they are a very solid option. Okay, you get discounted merch out of the deal. You get tickets to all of our local home games, whether that's travel or our home team. My brain is sitting to the left of me. Bend the brain. Next whistle starts the jam, so I'm going to try to catch what happened on that official review, but I don't see anybody going to the officials table to talk about it. So here we are. Maybe it was another one of those we really just needed a break moments. Those are great reasons too. We've got Smoky Terror and Ms. Hyde, a pretty standard matchup at this point. Ms. Hyde will always find you some room on that outside line with those toe stops, let me tell you. Smoky Terror really, really pushing through. We will see a Junction City blocker headed to the box. Not just a blocker, the pivot. Luckily, Ms. Hyde is the lead jammer, so she doesn't need it. At least a couple points, maybe one. 1 point on the board for Los Alamos. I'm sorry, 1 point on the board for Junction City. Huh, that's an interesting. Not at all what I thought was happening, but here we find ourselves. Junction City will be at a slight pack disadvantage with one blocker in the box, namely the pivot. So we do see Los Alamos using their pivot to hold that front line. We've got Stranger Danger and Stitch. No pack being called, so the Junction City blockers do have to find their way all the way up. Stitch taking a big hit to the outside and just taking a minute. It is always okay to take a minute. We do see an additional Junction City blocker in the box. And Ms. Hyde Stranger Danger will call it off. $50 points for Los Alamos, 197 for Junction City with 1 point on that last jam. Los Alamos just taking a minute to chat here, make sure everybody is okay, get some people on the track. That was an unfortunate moment where we are going to call that jam briefly because Los Alamos did not have the proper number of skaters on the track. Unfortunately, the captain will need to go to the penalty box due to that situation. So if you are partially on the track, not quite all the way on the track, anything like that, it gets a little messy for us. And so the refs can call that, and then they will give an insubordination call to the captain. We've got Up to No Good and Slam Bam on the line as jammers. Both teams are down one blocker. Slam Bam is through as your lead jammer, up to no good with a little recycle, but still really pushing at the front of that pack. Slam Bam coming through, trying to get some O from that blocker who just got out of the box, but she actually ended up using them as more of a distraction. More of a distraction. So we will see 4 points on the board for Junction City, and they have crossed the 2-century mark. So 50 to 201 for Junction City with just 5.5 minutes left in this game. We've got ourselves an official timeout. Something I have a curiosity about is if the officials have a number of timeouts they can take any given game. I know we do as skaters and teams, but I think they can probably take as many as they want, and that's cool. We are having a group nap here on the track, as you can see. We've got everybody just ready to die at this point. In the sports sense. This game is grueling, and when you play 2 games in one day, it is a lot. It is a lot on the body. It is a lot on the brain. And we are having a great photo op, just a quick photo opportunity. Everybody get flat on the track, and let's get the money shot here, okay? As long as we get the money shot. Even our photographers are volunteers, y'all. Even our photographers. And these are some sick professional shots, let me tell you. I always look like a goober in these pictures with kooky faces and things like that, but all my friends look like athletes, and that's cool. Just 5.5 minutes left in this game, and there is one more game today on day 1. Today at 6 p.m. here in Longmont, Colorado, and on your television, on Twitch, you can watch the St. Vrain Valley Swamp Monsters take on the High Peak Howlers in our home team championship battle for the ages. I know, I want the belt Nene's wearing. Nene is wearing the home team championship belt that the Krakens won last year, and now I want it. I am talking. Nene is our in-house announcer, and I am here announcing on the stream, and we are having an announcer off. These officials are talking about lots of official things. I know we've been having some interesting experiences with our scoreboard today. Some new technology updates. You know, when they update your phone and then suddenly you can't find all the things on your phone, or all the shortcuts that you once used to know how to use, you no longer know how to use. Yeah, that happened to our refs today. And now we're asking more refs to come to the ref table because that's what we always need, more refs. And literally, though, we do always need more refs. So if it looks really cool to be involved in roller derby, but you don't necessarily know if you're into the full contact nature of roller derby, refereeing is going to be your best bet. That is where you really get to be a part of the community, keep us all safe. You could be on skates, you could be off skates, but we will take you either way. You could do both. Not at once, but in general, you could do both. That rolling whistle means we are back. I believe that is Smoky Terror and Love Smacktually. Love Smacktually gonna find some room on that outside line, but Smoky Terror is not far behind her. Both packs at full strength. Smoky Terror gonna try to sneak in a couple points. Just 2 points for Junction City. Los Alamos held scoreless. Looks like we've got Puff Puff Past Ya and Pickle on the line for this next jam. Jam 27 of period 2 of game 3 on day 1 of Beast Brawl. That's the whistle. Both jammers trying to find the light, but it will be Pickle that finds it after taking down a handful of Los Alamos blockers with her. Big offense coming in for Los Alamos, but they were unable to maintain defense while also playing that offense. Big bean dip for Junction City on that outside line for 4 points, and we will see Junction City call it off. 4 points on the board for Junction City, leaving them at 207 points. Los Alamos at 50. We've got Smoky Terror and Ms. Hyde on the line as jammers. Big hit from Smoky Terror, and she will be your lead jammer, but Ms. Hyde is not too far behind her. I'm very intrigued how Los Alamos will play this. Will they run it? Will they try to get some points? Why not? We see Smoky Terror throw up the 4 and say, please let us get 4 points. That's all I'm looking for. Ms. Hyde hit to the inside line. Will she have points? We see 3 on the board for Los Alamos, 3 for Junction City. Point, 4 point, my friends. Puff Puff Passia and Stranger Danger will be your next jammers. Both blocking walls at full capacity. Both jammers sort of taking their time for a minute. I think that is the mark, frankly, of a very smart jammer. Someone who is willing to take stock, take a few seconds, and see where the best place to go is. That's why I was always kind of bad at jamming, because I'm impatient, and I just hit people. Stranger Danger is your lead jammer and will get through for 4 points. We do see a Los Alamos blocker headed to the box. Puff Puff Pastia still trying to get past that last blocker, and she does. Stranger Danger is through for another 4 points and gonna call it off before Los Alamos can make it back to even try to score points. One Los Alamos blocker, Valkyrie, number 44, will be iced into the box for the start of this next jam, jam number 30. Just a minute and 45 seconds left in this game. This has been such an intense, wonderful game. I am so proud of both teams, just really giving it their all. They could not have put more heart and soul into this. Slam Bam hoping to find some room on the outside, but a little hit to the out and a big recycle. Smoky Terror also hit to the outside, but still pushing up at the top of the pack. We see the pack splitting up a little bit, which will give Smoky Terror some room on the outside line in turn 2. Junction City giving a huge cheer for Los Alamos Smoky Terror getting lead jammer. And we do see a cut track called on Junction City's Slam Bam, so this will be a power jam for Smoky Terror, and the crowd goes wild. Both benches going crazy for Smoky Terror. Both benches so excited for Los Alamos to get some points on this board. 8 points total so far for Smoky Terror. Los Alamos playing some beautiful offense to get her through without even touching Junction City. She is looking for those links, those forearms, hoping to make some impact, and she will call it off as the Junction City jammer is released from the box. Just a few seconds left in this period. Will we get one more jam? 11 points on the board for Los Alamos. We love to see it. Yay, Los Alamos. 64 to 218 with just 1 second remaining. And that is our score. Final score. Well, let's wait and see. Junction City just surrounding Los Alamos Smoky Terror with such support, such love. We love to see it. That's what we're all here for, right? We are waiting for that final score. Los Alamos literally pulling Smoky Terror back into the cheering circle. Los Alamos 64, Junction City 218. I believe that will be the final score. What a game. Please stick with us in just, I don't know, 30 minutes? Yeah, 30 minutes. Hey, I got to go get dressed. 30 minutes, you will see the Swamp Monsters take on the Howlers in our home team championship game. Catch us here on Twitch. Catch us here at Longmont, Colorado. I'm Cat Claus. I'll see you later.